This is the WJTS News. In tonight's news, Huntingburg welcomes hundreds of Colts fans for the Colts Fan Fest kickoff. Jasper City Council is working to annex Rolling Hills into the city. And a new Jasper police officer is sworn in. In sports, Kurt Guxell reviews last night's Southridge baseball win over Mitchell and the Colts Fan Fest. And tonight, WJTS Inform features part 2 of Jan Dugan, Purdue Extension educator, talking about electric pressure cookers. All this and more next on 18 WJTS News. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Bill Potter with the WJTS News. 2 members of the Indianapolis Colts team paid a visit to Huntingburg Thursday evening as part of their annual Colts Fan Fest. Fans packed the parking lot of the Huntingburg Memorial Gymnasium yesterday evening for their chance to meet All-Pro wide receiver T.Y. Hilton and safety Malik Hooker, along with Colts cheerleaders and the Colts mascot, Blue. Colts cheerleader says it's always a great time to meet the fans and getting the chance to interact.
I think it means the world to both of us, honestly. Like, this is the best part of the job. Like, you know, being in the community with the fans is like the best part, I think.
And it's a lot of what we do. We only cheer at about 10 games a season, but we do hundreds of appearances throughout the year. So just being able to connect with, you know, the Colts fans is what makes us love our job even more.
Fans lined historic 4th Street to watch as the Colts caravan paraded the downtown area with the Colts players and cheerleaders arriving on the DuBois County Bombers bus. The Southridge Raider football team, the reigning 2A state football champions, were also part of the Colts caravan. The fest included live music, autographs, and photos with Colts players and cheerleaders. Local fans also took part in the Play 60 zone, along with interactive inflatables, enjoyed a live band, the mobile Colts Pro Shop, and Colts in Motion, the team's traveling museum. The Colts Fan Fest is in its 5th season of summer concerts across the state of Indiana, with Huntingburg serving as the kickoff for 2018. You can catch all the Colts games on our media partners, 103.3 The Fix WAXL and The Razor, 94.5 FM WRZR. Jasper City Council held a public hearing and second reading Wednesday night of an ordinance to annex 38¼ acres of the area known as Rolling Hills. This issue stems from a petition signed by the majority of the property owners for the city of Jasper to annex in order for the city to make available wastewater services, largely due to a failure of the current sewage installations. The ordinance requires the 3rd and final reading to pass, which will take place at a later council meeting. Once the annexation passes, the construction of the wastewater services will immediately be put out to bid. And in other business last night, after discussions were held from the previous council meeting, the recent park board meeting, the Parklands Pavilion fees once again came before the council. The fee structure previously proposed will remain the same with one addition. Rental fees for a meeting room up to 3 hours Monday through Thursday will be a $100 rental fee with a $50 refundable deposit. Food must still be provided in some form of catering. The rest of the fee structures will remain the same as proposed, $100 booking fee with a $200 rental fee, and a refundable deposit of $200. For catered events, a fee of $2 a plate will also be assessed. And before the meeting, a new officer was sworn into the Jasper Police Department. Just before last night's meeting, the City Council, City of Jasper Clerk Treasurer Juanita Boehm swore in 30-year-old Joe Chambers as the department's newest member. Chambers is a U.S. Army veteran where he served as a military policeman. His father, Rick Chambers, is retired from the Jasper Police Department after more than 25 years. He will join his brother Caleb on the Jasper force. With Joe Chambers' appointment, the Jasper Police Department now has a total of 24 sworn officers. The annual observance of Memorial Day by the DuBois County Veterans Council will be held this Saturday morning on the west side of the DuBois County Courthouse in Jasper at the Veterans Memorial and Fountain. The ceremony will begin at 10 a.m. All veterans organizations in DuBois County will be represented, and all DuBois County veterans who have passed away this year will be remembered. This year's deceased veteran to be honored is Amos Braun. Amos was born in DuBois in 1923. He and his wife Laverne had 3 children, Steve Braun and Janet Ostendorf, both of Zionsville, and Mike Braun of Jasper. Amos passed away in April of 2007. After serving as a waist gunner on a B-17 during the height of World War II in Europe, he returned home to work at Indiana Desk, where he retired as general manager after 40 years. He was a graduate of Indiana University, a member of the VFW Post 673 and the American Legion Post 147 in Jasper. For the observance this Saturday, Petty Officer Jeffrey Williams from the Crane Naval Surface Warfare Center will be the special guest and speaker. Chris Fleck, president of the DuBois County Veterans Council, will be the master of ceremonies. The national anthem and other patriotic songs will be sung by Bernie Jeffries and the Recycled Teenagers. Jasper Mayor Terry Seitz will give a welcome. Steve Bartles from the American Legion Riders will conduct a POW MIA ceremony. Dan Hollenden from Navy Ship Number 90 will conduct a ritual remembering sailors. Taps will be played by Mark Messmer of Jasper after the 21-gun salute honoring all deceased veterans. The Jasper Park and Recreation Department will provide temporary bleachers for this event, but you are encouraged to bring lawn chairs. The Monsignor Wernsing KFC 4th Degree Assembly 0251 and Boy Scout Troop 185 will be serving bottled water during this event. The Jasper American Legion Post 147 will host a reception for the family and friends of Amos Braun, along with those participating in this event. In case of inclement weather, all events will be held at the American Legion Post at the corner of 13th and Newton Streets in Jasper. A multi-agency effort led to the arrest of 5 people in Washington who now face charges of dealing and possession. On Wednesday, officers with the Washington Police Department, Indiana State Police, and the DEA Task Force assembled to serve arrest warrants for 47-year-old Brian K. Hill, 46-year-old Ronald W. Shake, and 30-year-old Chelsea Baker for dealing methamphetamine. Officers also obtained a search warrant for 3 locations associated with Hill in Washington. While carrying out the search warrants, officers located methamphetamine, more than 30 pounds of marijuana, Schedule II controlled substances, 14 firearms, and more than $100,000 in cash. 47-year-old Hill now faces additional dealing and possession charges. An additional search warrant was obtained to locate Shake. That warrant resulted in the discovery of methamphetamine, marijuana, and paraphernalia, and the arrest of 30-year-old Rachel Groh and 25-year-old Deborah Miles. Groh and Miles are facing multiple charges, including each being charged with neglect of a dependent. As a result of the additional search warrant, Shake is now facing additional charges of conspiracy to deal methamphetamine. Local authorities are seeking assistance from the public as they look into the theft of a hydraulic pump from a semi-tractor that took place sometime earlier this week on Jasper's south side. The DuBois County Sheriff's Department says the department received a report on Wednesday of the theft they say took place sometime between late Tuesday night or early Wednesday morning. They say a 2006 Freightliner, which was for sale, was parked on a gravel lot along the 2000 block of South Newton Street, just south of the Highway 162 bypass in Jasper. An employee noticed a pool of oil coming from beneath the semi-tractor and discovered someone had removed and took the hydraulic pump, or what's also known as a wet kit, from the vehicle. The semi is owned by the Jasper Leasing Company, and deputies say the pump has a value of $3,000. Anyone who may have seen any kind of suspicious activity in the vicinity late Tuesday night or early Wednesday morning is asked to contact the DuBois County Sheriff's Department at 812-482-3522, 482-3522. All information may remain anonymous. Numerous grants were given to counties in the Midwest for funding that goes to housing authorities in Indiana. These grants are provided through HUD's Capital Fund program, which gives annual funding to 3,100 public housing authorities to build, repair, renovate, and/or modernize the public housing in their communities. Some area authorities include the Housing Authority of the City of Huntingburg, which received $87,851. The Housing Authority of the City of Tell City was awarded $325,745, and the Rockport Housing Authority received $228,389. To help public housing authorities make the necessary improvements to their properties, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development gave $32 million in annual funding to housing authorities in Indiana. Now stay tuned. Weather, sports, and Inform are still to come on 18 WJTS News.